Welcome to Inspirational Systemic Insights. Today we're going to explore the complex yet transformative topic of victim-perpetrator energies within the realm of trauma. Our focus will be on understanding how these roles can disconnect us from life and how we can consciously work to transform them, whether we identify with one or both, into pathways that can lead to inner peace. Trauma, as we know, can leave a lasting impact on our lives. It can create a sense of separation, disconnecting us from relationships, our passions, and even from ourselves. In this video, I want to share how we can recognize and begin to heal these energies so that we can reconnect with life and experience as a deeper sense of peace and wholeness. Let's just quickly go back to the definition of victim and perpetrator energies. I want to emphasize that these roles are not about blame or labeling anyone as good or bad. Instead, they represent the psychological imprints that trauma can leave on us. When we experience trauma, we may feel powerless or hurt, which can often lead us into the role of a victim. This energy is characterized by feelings of shame, fear, and sometimes even helplessness and overwhelm. On the other hand, perpetrator energy can arise from a place of guilt, anger, or the need to exert control. With other words, to actually be so out of control that you need to control everything. Often as a means of masking or compensating for our own pain. And we often don't want to recognize that the perpetrator has pain. So just be gentle. What's important to remember is that these energies are roles that trauma assigns to us. They are part of survival mechanism. Ways we subconsciously protect ourselves from further harm. However, if we carry these roles long enough, they can isolate us, keeping us disconnecting from others and from a genuine sense of peace. One of the most profound effects of carrying victim or perpetrator energies is the disconnection that they can create in our lives. When we hold onto victim energy, we may feel trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, insecurity, and mistrust. We might struggle to engage fully in life, fearing further harm or rejection. The disconnection is almost like an invisible wall that keeps us from experiencing joy, love, and fulfillment. Similarly, when we hold onto perpetrator energy, we may find ourselves cut off from empathy, feeling distanced from the emotions of others, and even from our own capacity to connect. It's as though we're protecting ourselves by keeping everyone, including ourselves, at arm's length. Both energies, in their own way, create a barrier that prevents us from living fully. And in the next part, we'll explore ways to heal these energies, allowing ourselves to reconnect, to engage, and to fully embrace the life that's waiting for us. As we've explored, trauma often leaves us with powerful energies that shape our lives long after the event itself has passed. Whether we find ourselves caught in the role of a victim or a perpetrator, these energies can lead to a sense of disconnection, keeping us fully engaged with life. But the journey doesn't end there. There are pathways to healing, and these paths can guide us back to a sense of connection, peace, and wholeness. The first step on this path is acknowledgement. It's about recognizing the energies of victim or perpetrator within us, and we all have both energies within us, and neither is an energy to be proud of. So these energies are within us, not as labels that define who we are, but as part of our experience that is asking to be seen. It's essential to do this without judgment, without criticism, and without harshness. When we can acknowledge these parts of ourselves with an open heart, we begin to unravel the hold they have over us. Acceptance is the next step. And by acceptance, I mean bringing compassion to these parts of ourselves. Healing happens when we approach these roles with kindness, understanding that they arose from our psyche's way of surviving pain. There is no judgment in that. Self-compassion allows us to dissolve the walls created by trauma, enabling us to release the need to hide, defend, or control. This acceptance is not about justifying past harm, but rather about releasing ourselves from the cycles of blame, shame, or guilt that keep us trapped in the past. When we can look at our experiences with a compassionate eye, we open a door to reconnecting with life. We begin to see that we're not trapped by our past. Rather, we are free to create a future that aligns with our deepest desire for connection and peace. Now that we understand how these energies disconnect from life, let's explore how we can start the healing movement towards transforming them. One of the most essential steps in this process is acknowledging and acknowledgement of the existence of an experience that leaves behind some energies. And recognizing these energies within ourselves with honesty, compassion, can open the door to healing. We're not condoning any harm that may have been done. Instead, we're giving ourselves permission to feel, accept, and release. For those who identify with victim energy, hello! Healing often starts by reclaiming personal power. And it's not about being more powerful, because then we step into the perpetrator energy, but rather into authentic power. Who am I? This can mean setting boundaries, finding a voice, or simply giving yourself the grace to release feelings of shame and unworthiness. And yes, it takes a while. It is a journey. Practices such as mindfulness, and I like to be more into the awareness, what's really going on here. Self-compassion and exercises and breath work can be powerful tools in nurturing this transformation. On the other hand, if you resonate with perpetrator energy, healing may involve taking responsibility, letting go of guilt, and opening your heart to forgiveness, both for yourself and others. One of the most powerful forgiveness exercise that I have encountered is Ho'onopono. So you may want to look into that. You may also want to look into self-reflection, and even creative expressions can be helpful ways to start releasing the anger and the guilt that often accompany the perpetrator energy. The healing movement is not about erasing the past, but rather transforming it. Let me re-say this. Often we want to say, I need to let it go. I need to let it go. No, pretend it never happened. That's not the way forward. The healing movement is not about erasing the past, but rather transforming it. We can begin to connect to a sense of inner peace, not by denying what happened, but by integrating it in a way that allows us to grow and move forward with compassion. So, as we come to the close of today's message, I want to leave you with this thought. Trauma may have shaped parts of who you are, but it does not define who you will become. By acknowledging and working with victim and perpetrator energies, you can create a movement within yourself that leads to transformation, peace, and a reconnection to the beauty of life. And this is really my focus is, how can we connect to the beauty of life? Understand and accept that healing is a journey that takes time, patience, and a willingness to explore the parts of ourselves that are often hidden. Every step you take brings you closer to freedom, to wholeness, and a deeper, more loving connection with yourself and with the world around you. If today's message resonated with you, I invite you to reflect on your own journey. Leave a comment, share your thoughts, or ask questions. Together we can create a community of healing and transformation, a space where we support each other on the path to inner peace. And if you'd like to continue exploring these topics, consider subscribing to Inspirational Systemic Insights. This channel is dedicated to supporting your healing and journey with insights, tools, and inspiration that empower you to transform your life. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, the path to inner peace is one of courage, patience, and love. Until next time, take care and be gentle with yourself.